Hi, a couple of years ago I started getting into D&D. As my passion for D&D grew, so did my collection of minis, and like many others out there, I now have boxes of shame. Legions of unpainted minis. Now this is my underdog story. This is me painting every single one of my miniatures.
Hi guys, today I am going to paint the Gelatinous Cube from Wizkids. So this is a quite simple paint scheme. I'm gonna be using my airbrush, and the first color I'm gonna use is actually an ink from Green Stuff World called Viridis Green. So I'm just gonna put that into the airbrush and also dilute it ever so slightly using some thinner. Now the important thing here is when you put this on, you have to apply it with multiple coats. I'm going over the entire sort of outer shell of this model. This model is actually split up into two parts, one which is the actual cube, and then it has an inner part which is bits and pieces of skeletons and sort of armor that the Gelatinous Cube has devoured in its quest for flesh. The next color I'm going to use to complement the green is actually a blue color, because I wanted that sort of, the blue-green sort of color. It's called Tenebrous Blue, and this is also from Green Stuff World, and it's one of their intensity inks, which I find are actually quite nice. I'm starting to discover more and more inks. So the same thing as with the green one, except this one I'm a little bit more scarce with. I sort of do it here and there just to create a little subtle sort of effect of it having some blue parts. So here's the inner part that I spoke of. It's transparent except for the actual shields and axes and skeletal remains. So this one, I actually wanted to paint this darker because I wanted to create some sort of illusion of depth in the actual Gelatinous Cube. So I went over this with mostly the blue color that I previously mentioned. This one was quite tricky to get a hold of, and I really couldn't find a good way to, I guess, hold it in some sort of, with blue tack or whatnot. So I had to sort of just try to hold the edges of it. But here I'm just trying to make sure that it has a nice blue intense coat. Again, we want to do this just to get that sort of depth in the actual Gelatinous Cube. So once those two paint jobs had dried, I basically went over everything with a gloss varnish. Now, full transparency, no pun intended actually, I used first Vallejo's gloss varnish that you can spray through an airbrush. Now I sprayed quite a lot of this, and I waited in between just to make sure that each sort of coat was dry. And what I really was hoping for was a very, very clear finish. I only got part ways. I actually had to afterwards also use actually the exact same brand but from a spray can, which is kind of weird, but eventually that gave me the result I wanted. Now here I'm just doing the inner parts, same thing here. Now, time for some fessing up. This was a labor of mistakes.
And this is where yours truly screwed the pooch. I, of course, recorded me painting the small details that was within this Gelatinous Cube. But, and this is the sort of final result, looked something like that. The paint scheme was very simple, to be honest. I accidentally deleted, this is the first time I've done this, I accidentally deleted that recorded files, or those recorded files. I even bought some sort of bullshit recovery file program. It said it worked, but you know what? The actual footage did not work. So I'm going to walk you through it, but it's very simple. You've seen my videos before, how I paint skeleton. First and foremost, I use skeleton bone from Army Painter. So I painted all of the skeletal bits with that, as you can see here, if autofocus can help, yes. And then, once that had dried, I went over all of the skeletal parts with Seraphim Scythia, and it looks like I'm gonna need a refill soon. Now, for the metal part, no biggie. I literally just took I think it's called gunmetal from Army Painter. So gunmetal from Army Painter, and then you notice that this one has I've over exaggerated some of the skeletal parts. If you have a look at that, come on camera, do it. There you go. You see all of the eyes are black. So I simply used a black color for it. It's really as simple as that. And then I painted the sort of what do you call it, the guard and the handle of the swords and whatnot black. That's pretty much it. And then at a certain point, I of course glued it to the inner part to the black base. Put a model in it and let it rip. Sorry for this. I can't promise that it won't happen again, but I am tired. I was up late, and you know, there's a first for everything, and I'll think twice before deleting important video files again. Sorry. But anyways, let's look at how everything turned out, shall we?
Alright guys, so here it is, the Gelatinous Cube. I'm really happy with how this turned out, to be honest. I've achieved full transparency. You could sort of see the details within the actual Gelatinous Cube. In this example, I actually used one of the Reaper Bones giveaway characters, a monk, which I'm also painting up. I think this turned out pretty good, to be honest, and sorry again for that slight mistake. So guys, please like, share and subscribe if you like what you see here, and until next time, I bid you adieu.